And if we want to solve this problem, I actually think we need to begin to be honest with ourselves about what that inaction says. I would argue that it's wrong for humanity to choose a path that we know is likely to drive hundreds of thousands of species to extinction. It's wrong for a rich minority to create a problem and then refuse to do its fair share to fix it when we know that billions of the world's poorest people will suffer first and worst. And it's wrong for this generation to destroy the habitability of our planet and ruin the prospects for future generations. And I believe that this is how climate change is ultimately going to be understood. Now the good news is there's a huge opportunity. The good news is we can be part of one of the most important industrial transformations in human history. Unfortunately, right now we're sitting on the sidelines and watching the clean energy revolution largely pass us by. The solutions are available. We know what to do, and we can talk more about what that would consist of if people are interested. But there's no question that this can be dealt with. Please do not allow yourself to let the magnitude of this suck you in to despair. If you are concerned about this problem and you recognize the size of it and the scale of it and the importance of it, it's critical that rather than sort of allow the scale of it to paralyze yourself, you act. Do not despair, but act. It's important that we build a movement that champions hope and opportunity, but that is also grounded in an ethical understanding of the choices that we're making and what that means about us as a people. In a weird kind of way, I consider myself deeply honored to have come to the world during this climate crisis. I feel like I have a chance to be part of something truly special. I have an opportunity to be part of a generation that will be remembered for bringing the world back from the brink. And this is an exciting time for us. I like the idea of getting my energy from the wind and the sun. I like the idea of tightly knit communities and compact town centers that bustle with pedestrians and bicycles and public transportation. I like the idea of vehicles being driven by electricity rather than oil. I like the idea of supporting developing countries in meeting their energy needs and in a clean and sustainable way. This is the kind of world I want to build, and so we can essentially achieve two sets of objectives at the same time. We can make the world a better place and address what I would argue right now is a deep moral failure on our part to demand, not individually, but collectively, to take the kind of action that we need to take. And so the next 12 months are going to be very important. We're going to host, there's going to be a major international conference in Copenhagen in a couple months. Canada is going to play host to the G8 and G20 next year. We're probably going to start making progress on the details of a cap-and-trade system because the US is. And so this is a very important time for people to be involved. And while I hope we can have an honest conversation about the ethics, I hope that at the end of the day we'll focus on solving the problem and making the world the kind of world we'd all like to live in for our children